Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Fantastic Fermentations YouTube channel, your home for all things homebrew. I am Ricky, your host, and today we are going to continue on our journey into spring beer recipes with an American style pale ale. So strap in, grab a beer, and join us on this brew day. So, before we dive into what makes a good American Pale Ale, if you like this video, go down below, hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you hit the bell. Hitting that bell will let you know exactly when we post new content so you don't miss anything. And also, if you like American Pale Ale, hit the like button on this video and let us know. So, what makes a great American Pale Ale? Oh, if you look at what the BJCP describes an American Pale Ale as, it is a moderate strength, hop forward American style beer. So the grain bill on these beers is going to be pretty simple, not a lot to it, but you can kind of go as far as you want with the hops, just as long as your bittering addition is not taking the bitterness up to an IPA level. So moderately bitter but hop forward. If you look down in the BJCP description and find out what are some prime examples of American Pale Ale, you're going to see Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. And that is actually what we're going to be brewing today. A couple of weeks ago, Sierra Nevada posted the recipe for their Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, so we're going to take a stab at it today. So as I stated before, the grain bill of a good American Pale Ale is pretty simple, and Sierra Nevada's recipe is the same. So you're looking at about 10 pounds of two-row and about a pound of caramel 60, and that is it. That's all the grains that are going to be in this recipe, because we're really going to want the hops to shine through. So our hop schedule for this beer is going to be one hop. They said all they use is Cascade, and that's what we're going to do in this beer. So you're looking at a 90-minute boil. So at the 90-minute mark, we're going to put in a half ounce of Cascade. At the 60-minute mark, we're going to put in 3/4 of an ounce of Cascade. Then we're going to drop in 2 ounces of Cascade at the 30-minute mark, and then at flame out, another 2-ounce charge of Cascade. And that's pretty much going to be all the hops we put in this beer. The yeast that we're going to use, you're looking at just a regular California ale yeast. You can also use the Wyeast American Ale yeast or US-05 if you're a dry yeast kind of guy or girl. So pretty simple recipe, and it's going to make a classic style beer. So I've got the mash and boil already heated up for my strike water. I'm going to drop these grains in. We're going to brew this up, and we're going to come talk about it a little bit more after that. So if you want to pick up this recipe, just hit my friends up at Atlantic Brew Supply. You can go on their website, atlanticbrewsupply.com, or you can go into the shop and they'll have this recipe written out for you, all ready to go. If you build it online, they even have a recipe builder, and you can build it out. It gives you gravities and everything. So yeah, hit them up if you want to brew this recipe as well. Alright, so while we are coming up to boil on the mash and boil, we're about at 180 right now. I'm trying to get to boiling, but I just wanted to drop in this one little tidbit that I've found with the mash and boil. Whenever I'm using a lot of hops, and in this beer we're using close to 6 ounces of Cascade hops. I always like to use a hop spider, and this is the one that I use, and it kind of clips right into the side of the mash and boil and allows me to hold all the hops in here, and then once I'm done I could just separate it from the wort when I go to chill it, and makes for a lot cleaner beer going into the fermenter, so I don't have that huge hop debris and shrub that a lot of people get in their fermenter. So I would always say use one of these, it'll help you out a lot. Alright, so brew day is done. I have chilled the wort already. I took a gravity reading and we're sitting at 1053, which is spot on to what my beersmith said I should be at. So we're at 1053, and that's gonna be perfect. The yeast we're gonna choose to ferment this with is California Ale yeast, WLP 001. Of the 3 yeasts that I kind of gave as recommendation, but just decided to go with 001 liquid strain. So we're going to do that, and something that I throw into every one of my brew days now is a little bit of Clarity Firm. Aside from preventing chill haze in your beer, Clarity Firm also is known to reduce the gluten. I have a good friend of mine who I always let try my beers. He always drinks my beers, but he has a gluten allergy, a very severe gluten allergy, and this actually works for him. It allows him to be able to drink my beer. So it may work for you if you have friends or family that have gluten allergies, but may not. So just take that as a kind of your own risk. But it works for my friend and I enjoy it, so I put it in every single batch I do now. So pretty much all you do is once you've chilled your wort, when you get ready to pitch your yeast, you pitch it into the carboy. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this off into my Firm Monster, and we can touch bases again in about 2 weeks when this is done. So come back, we'll do some tasting notes and I'll talk about the fermentation. I may even get some footage of like my kegging process, but yeah, it's been fun. Until next time, keep mashing.